What's up everybody, Damon here, and in today's gaming news, that's no moon. That's Star Wars Jedi Survivor's file size, plus we've got the latest on the Xbox Activision deal, Diablo 4's global release time, and finally a console release date for the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. This is your Daily Fix. EA has revealed the PC system requirements for Star Wars Jedi Survivor alongside its colossal file size. Those looking to join Cal Kestis and the Mantis crew on their next adventure will need to clear 155 gigs of hard drive space. This makes Jedi Survivor even larger than the likes of Red Dead Redemption 2, which demands 150 gigs of available space for its vast open world and incredible level of detail. Jedi Survivor's predecessor, Fallen Order, required significantly less at just 55 gigs, a whole 100 gigs less. Now it isn't the biggest PC game file size ever though. Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War each require 175 gigs. EA also shared the PC minimum system requirements as 8 gigs of RAM with a CPU equivalent of a Ryzen 5 1400 and a GPU equivalent of a Radeon RX 580. The recommended specs look for 16 gigs of RAM, a Ryzen 5 5600X equivalent CPU, and an RX 6700 XT equivalent GPU. We're just 3 weeks away from the launch of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I, for one, am very excited. I just finished the Resident Evil 4 remake last night, and I need a new big game to play. Moving on, Sony has called the UK Competitions and Market Authority's reduced concern over Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal, quote, surprising, unprecedented, and irrational. The CMA said last month that one of its key provisional concerns, that the deal would harm competition if Microsoft made Call of Duty an Xbox exclusive, is no longer an issue, prompting responses from both Sony and Microsoft. These responses have been released by the CMA today. Sony's statement reads, the provisional findings assessed a significant body of evidence in the round to support its finding that Microsoft would have the ability and incentive to withhold Activision content, and this would substantially lessen competition by foreclosing PlayStation. It's a familiar statement as, since Microsoft first announced its intentions to buy Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, Sony has raised concerns again and again over PlayStation users losing access to Call of Duty, or at least the best version of it. Xbox has denied this concern just as consistently, again reinforcing the point in its own response to the CMA. Its statement reads, Microsoft has been clear since the announcement of the merger. It has no intention to withhold or degrade access to Call of Duty or any other Activision content on PlayStation. Such a strategy would be in direct contrast to the interests of gamers in the UK and around the world. Rather than limit choice or access, Microsoft intends to use the merger to bring more games to more people on more platforms and devices. It's the response then spends another 5 or so pages backing up the statement, while Sony spends another 10 refuting it. Arguments from both the PlayStation and Xbox sides will likely continue in the coming weeks, with a final decision expected by April 26th at the latest. So this whole thing should be settled by the time we're playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Mike Ybarra, the president of Blizzard Entertainment, has clarified the global release times for Diablo 4 and confirmed that those who pre-ordered the Deluxe and Ultimate editions will be the first to play on June 1st. He said on Twitter, early access for Deluxe and Ultimate pre-orders in the US is Thursday, June 1st at 4 p.m. Pacific, June 2nd at 12 a.m. in Europe, June 2nd at 8 a.m. in Asia. Regular launch is June 5th at 4 p.m. in North America, June 6th at 12 a.m. Europe, and June 6th, 8 a.m. Asia. Okay, so those who pre-order Diablo 4 will get to play it 4 days early. As for our impressions of the Diablo 4 beta, we found it extremely impressive so far. And finally today, Square Enix has confirmed that the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters, which are essentially upgraded versions of Final Fantasies 1 through 6, will be released on Nintendo Switch and PS4 on April 19th. The Pixel Remasters are currently available on PC and mobile. Soon a new audience will be able to experience much of the history of the Final Fantasy franchise in a new way. There is a new option to switch between the original and new background music whenever you so choose, and there are more options to adjust encounter rate, experience, gil, and ABP. Fans will be able to purchase the games individually or as a complete package. On the eShop, they range from $12 to $18 per game, and all 6 can be purchased for $75. And that is your Daily Fix for Thursday, April 6th. Now that you're caught up on the news, watch the launch date trailer for the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. I'm Damon Hadfield, and for all your gaming news, stay tuned to IGN.